Hey, welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can see me shaggy and vulnerable and get a professional tarot card reading where, you can see cute dogs and in a haunted house from a creepy graveyard. Gosh, today's just been crazy but amazing. I don't know if anybody's gonna come by, but I hope somebody will come by and say hi and be nice. Hey, the Teachy Toby channel. Is that you, Ghost Paws? Hey, Molly. Wasn't tonight so much fun? I had so much fun tonight reading that script with you. You were so good! You were so good. Hey, Melrain, I was just telling Molly how much fun I had tonight at the script reading. It was so much fun. And she was excellent. So was Tiffany. Everybody was excellent tonight. It was just so much fun. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Thank you for inviting us again. Welcome back, Ghost Paws. My hair's a mess. I'm shaggy and vulnerable tonight, but life is good. So I just don't care. I need a nap. Like, I need a good 8-hour nap. Today was really crazy. Molly, so I'm on crutches today. I had to go and send my fax my disability papers back to Social Security. And this woman verbally attacked me and wanted to punch me in the face because I told her I was using the fax machine, that she was trying to use it, and I just put $50 in it to fax. I had to call the police. Yeah, so stupid. I was like, all I did was tell her I'm using that machine. I just put $50 in it. And people are crazy. I know, right? Like, people are way too on edge. Hello from France. Hello, France. Excuse me. Yeah, the cops took care of it. They did have to explain to her that, look, you can't just talk to they're like, look, you might not be aware of it, but it is a felony to harass, abuse, or physically harm or hurt somebody who's disabled. I didn't press charges or anything like that. I just was like, I'll let the cop take care of it. I'm not really sure where they left off, but what a day. But it's been a fabulous day. You watched K-12? Yeah, she left me alone. Am I fine? Yes, my spirit animal is Fran fine. I'm not really sure what you're trying to ask, Momo Belba. Excuse me. Yeah, she got the hint. What is K-12? I'm not really sure. I live under a rock, inside of an enchanted forest, under an emerald city, so, and all I do is work. I felt so bad for my dad. He's like standing there in pain from the biopsy, and this bitch is going on with her 9-inch nails and her metal hanging out her face and all her tattoos and her eyelashes. Like, her eyelashes. I guess you couldn't see past them. She's like, I'm a school teacher. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm a lawyer. Oh, Melanie Martinez. Yeah, I've been told, some people said, oh, you look like her, or your music reminds me of hers, but I don't see it. Well, that's okay. I'm checking it out now. Excuse me. Oh, cool. It's a musical. Well, I love musicals. Oh, maybe it's because of the split dye hair thing. I just haven't done my split dye yet. Oh, really? I have to do something. I'm having such a bad hair day. Please forgive me. Yeah, I'll watch it when I get some time. American Surrealist musical fantasy horror film. Oh yeah, that sounds like perfect for me. Someone double parked in Black Lotus. Oh, I hate when that happens. Yeah, that's so rude. God, why are people so rude? Yep, I'm due for. After the week I've had, I've had no time to myself. I'm just like hoping that I'll get some time to myself to do something about this mob. It's just so dirty. I have to do something about it tonight. I washed it Monday, but it's Thursday now. Well, that's good. That's good. I see so many people like using they block the ramps. They hang out in the handicap parking spot where they don't belong. It's hilarious. I'm not really sure why people are so ignorant. I like to call it ignoramus. I need to get a drink. I'll be right back. This is supposed to be limoncello, but it just tastes like Carmex chapstick. Hey Fiona, welcome back to the channel. How are you, dear? Hey Ari, how are you, sweetheart? I'm okay. Today's been an amazing day. Hey, Super Music. Loving the hair, thank you. I'm having like the worst hair day of the month. I appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna go put myself into the bathtub like right up to here. Right after this. And then I'm gonna make curry and have some wine. And probably watch some like maybe that movie that Ghost Paws recommended. Or what's their username again? I need to remember. The Teachy Toby channel. Thanks, Super Music. Thanks, Fiona. I appreciate you guys saying that. I'm just gonna put in the pinned comment and put on the spirit box and the REM pod in a moment.
I started
Melon Martini. That sounds really good. That sounds like something I would make. Hey Tara, welcome to the Chammy. How are you? I'm okay, I'm hanging in there. Thank you so much for asking. Molly, this is not on my cute list. But if he's cute to you, that's what's important. Is he ugly? No, he's not ugly. He's not disgusting. Maybe he's cute like a teddy bear. Just have fun. He looks very sweet. Well, that's good to know that he says he's emotionally stable. That is a very important thing, but interesting bio. Good that he's ambitious and optimistic. Bye, Teachy Toby Channel. Have a good night. Be safe. You sent me a picture. I got it, sweetheart. You got the nerdy cute look. It's definitely my hair. Does this look like a wig? I mean, usually people who have a wig, they've got this weird line right here, and usually they have it all silk pressed out and perfect. Like, no, it's not a wig. I wish it was a wig. In fact, I wish I had 3 heads so I can wear 3 different amazing wigs at the same time every day. But it is a wig party over here, so sometimes you might see me wearing a wig. Why does everyone want to see Chicago? I'm afraid I'm going to go there and see the Candyman. That place is like ruined for me because of that movie. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just do. Molly loves Chicago. Why is YouTube deleting the messages in chat? That is so weird. I wonder if YouTube is just really sensitive right now with everything because it's their 20th anniversary. And there's so many mysterious, weird, crazy things that, like, I've been here since day one, so, like, before you could upload videos. This whole me at the zoo thing doesn't make any sense. It's almost like, it feels like, what did they call that? The Mandela effect. The Mandela effect. Every time YouTube starts talking about its history, I start feeling and having the Mandela effect. It's like, okay, it's when you remember something in time and history being a certain way, but somehow now it's different or it's been changed, or people say it did not exist. Welcome back, Teachy Toby. The Mandela effect occurs when a large mass of people believe that an event occurred when it did not. You watch, JFK's murder is going to turn into the Mandela effect one day. It probably already has, like 3 times or so. So Mandela effect examples of things you think you remember correctly that you've actually got all wrong. But I also kind of feel like the Mandela effect is like, it really, I don't know, like it feels gaslighty. Is it the Bernstein Bears or the Berenstain Bears? You know, does Curious George have a tail or not? These are classic examples of what's called the Mandela effect. Jif versus Jiffy. Oscar Mayer versus Oscar Mayer. Mayer, Meyer. The famous HBO show isn't Sex and the City, it's Sex and the City. But I clearly remember it being Sex and the City, but okay, whatever. Yeah, I love the Art Institute anywhere. Pikachu's tail. Leonardo DiCaprio's Oscar wins. Darth Vader doesn't say, "Luke, I'm your father." The Sinbad Genie movie doesn't exist. The Ford logo. Yeah, I don't remember the little flare on the F of Ford. But that's only been part of the logo since 1990. And growing up, my parents had like a 76 hatchback Pinto. So I just stare at the Ford logo all the time in the passenger seat. Oh, Mello, welcome to the jamming. How are you today? It says you like to sing on your jamming. I like to sing too. This is actually a channel of a singer. And what's the best thing in life to be? A singer. So I hope you enjoy my music. It's here on the channel somewhere. We were talking about seances earlier. Cool. Okay, I will teach you when I watch K-12 in the next stream. I will let you know. When I get some time, I will watch it. I don't know if it'll be by the next time I see by the next time I have a stream. Blah. I can't English today. Oh, there was one on Ghost Adventures this week, and I asked him some questions because they brought in a warlock for it. Right on. Okay, I want to see him. Thank you, Ari. Let me look. Hey, Frank and Daddy.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Doesn't make any sense, Ari. What would it be about this comment when none of those words are on the hidden word list? Like, mostly the hidden word list is like nasty words, racist words, religious, and political words. So, hey, Bones. Are you my friend, Bones, or have I asked you this before? Yeah, I don't understand why any of that got blocked from YouTube because none of those words are on the hidden word list. Oh yeah, we did meet a while back. We did talk about Kurt Cobain, that's right. You're not the lead singer of Stuck Mojo from Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in your comments, Ari, but you know what I'll do? No, YouTube doesn't hate you, sweetheart. YouTube is just weird. So what I'll do is when I get a chance, I'll go through these words in your message. Because she just said, do you think it's okay to tell somebody that you don't want a relationship, then get with somebody else? You know, somebody I know just told a story on their channel about something like that, where he was like, had a crush on a girl, went and told her, hey, you want to, you know, I like you. You like me too? She's like, I don't know. I'm not really sure I'm ready for a relationship. And then, like, you know, a week later, she was sucking his best friend's dick. And so, no, I don't think it's cool to, like, tell somebody, you know, I don't want a relationship with you. And the next week or the next day. She said, like, if you don't want a relationship with someone specifically, just say you are interested. Why sugarcoat and lie about not wanting one when you don't want one with the person specifically? Yeah, I don't understand why any of that stuff is not coming through on the channel. Makes no sense. Oh, I'm so glad you came back, Bones. I'm so glad you liked the vibe. think I left one of my candles across the room. I'm gonna put this here. It's a little better. I'm gonna put the spirit box and the REM pod on in a minute. I'm trying to figure out how to get everything turned around. My drummer had a great idea where he's like, just do the live in a mirror. So I might try that. I might try that to see how it looks. See if it even works. You sent me a pic of what you asked, Kate. Okay, you feel resentful, Ari? Oh, I don't feel resentful, sweetheart. Just stay in the now. You know, there's no future. It's not here yet. Don't worry. Good things are coming to you. Yeah, and you got to the vengefulness. It will get you nowhere. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. But I understand the vengefulness. I mean, I get a lot of grief counseling clients who are like, you know, they're in relationships with people. Many of them are a lot older than us. They might be in a relationship that makes me even uncomfortable because, you know, they're with a married person or they're married with a person they're not married to behind their partner's back. And, you know, they don't get what they want because, you know, the kind of relationship they're in. And then they don't understand what the fuck is wrong with them. And then they start getting vengeful and start stalking and weird stuff, and you know, and they're, you know, they want to tell everybody and they want to ruin that other that other person's life, you know, by any means they can find out because they didn't get the text message they want, they didn't get the right words they want. I mean, I have known women so vengeful that because their husband didn't send them the right text message or their boyfriend, they went and got an abortion. Yeah. So, you know, and I've grief counseled these people, and it's like, oh, it's exhausting. Like, how could anyone put themselves through that shit? It's just, I just don't get it. Let me look at your question, Molly. Yeah, honey, I know what warlock means. Thing up and down, it looked like. Are you sure we're not doing seances when you come here and we get the Ouija board out and the REM pod and the spirit box? Let's just look at what a seance is real quick. What the hell is a seance, Spirit? Maybe I've done a seance before. I don't know. I can't even remember what I ate today. Maybe a piece of toast. A meeting of which people attempt to make contact with the dead. Oh, we do it all the time. Okay, yeah, we're having a nightly seance here. Was that you that said you wanted to have a seance, or him? Well, yeah, I mean, that's literally the dictionary description of seance. Yeah, that's right. A seance is talking to the dead. That's why people come in here and tell me I'm evil, because I sit here and talk to dead people all day. But I'm a death doula. What else am I going to do? I've just never called it a seance. And like, to me, a seance was something that was a little bit spookier, but that's all right. We can be spooky. Yeah, he does go into overdrive. Or even if there's somebody else telling me, you could say sorry, but I have feelings for someone else. That's still better than being told they aren't ready for a relationship. Yeah, I agree, Ari. People suck. You know, and it's you know, you're not dealing with a generation that really has a lot of je ne sais quoi, okay? And probably weren't raised by people who have that much je ne sais quoi either. So, you know, and there's definitely a difference, in my opinion, between boys and men. Definitely a difference. And you can be 18 plus and legal and still be a boy and still, like, you know, not get it. You can, you know, I know guys who are in their 30s and they still don't get it. I know guys in their 40s and 50s and 60s. Hell, my dad's almost 80. He's like, I don't get it. What's wrong with these women? I think that, though, I think that the men that I know that are, you know, in their late 20s to early 90s, you know, I feel like definitely a huge generation gap, but I will have to say one thing is that I definitely, I'll be real honest, I find men to be more interesting than women, so. I know that sounds silly, but I don't really, but I don't really, you know, I only talk to guys I've met face to face or that I know from my family, or if it's somebody's friend they trust, you know, or the guys that come here. I mean, that's about it, but I think the only one I talk to outside of YouTube is probably Metal Rain because of the scripts he's writing and the acting group that we all read his scripts in. That's about it. But, you know, just let things unfold naturally, Ari, and, you know, don't give away your goods for nothing. Hey, Andrea, how are you, sweetheart? It's so good to see you. You have to wait 10 days to change it? I think I've had the same profile picture for several years now. Have you been, Andrea? There are 50-year-olds who are little boys still. That's Fiona. That's funny. I don't think I don't really know if I know enough that I could say that about. But I mean, my brother's like 15 years older than me, and he's pushing 50, so. And what is he doing when I'm calling and he's not at work? Working with cancer patients? Playing video games. So, yeah, my brother's always going to be a little boy, I think, yeah. Gonna always be a little boy and just became a grandpa. I'm doing fabulous. Today was a good day. It's so funny. Google has how to perform a seance with pictures. All right. Have a good night. Be safe. I'm going to put the spirit box on the REM pod. If anybody wants to get a free yes or no question, please go ahead and put your questions in chat. If anybody wants to make a donation, I'd be super grateful. I haven't really made any money in like a week. It's kind of weird. I should probably put the call center on, which I'll probably stay on all night because bills, bills, bills. I haven't barely been able to really work the way I like to this week. It's been kind of nice, but it's been really emotionally stressful. I made sure this spirit box speaker was charged so we wouldn't have any low batteries interruptions. It's just quite funny when it happens, but
now in SB7
sounds so
mode.
funny to me hearing the ghost scream or talk or
Power
make noises
off.
and the little speaker says low battery.
Now in SB7 mode.
Sure, you can ask a free yes or no question. Just make sure the question is within my rules. So make sure you read the description before you start asking 10 questions I don't answer. That was kind of scary. So you have to like and subscribe. You have to subscribe. It's the rules. You have to like and subscribe to get a free yes or no question. I can help you with love, life, protection, family, budgeting, twin flames, soulmates. I don't do wins. I don't do timings. I don't do pregnancy questions. I don't do health questions. This is not Madam Stormie's DNA test. Okay? Don't ask me when you're going to die. Don't ask me any end of time questions. I don't do university success questions or interview success questions or exam success questions. Please no end of time questions, and do not ask me if somebody's cheating. Should you recontact W or should I let him go? Well, at the end of the day now, you're going to have to truly make the decision based on what you're feeling really deep down inside. You know, the cards can tell you whatever you want to hear. The cards can tell you a lot, okay? The cards can tell you what you need to hear. But at the same time, you know, you're involuntarily manifesting the way that you breathe. And I think at the end of the day, You know, ultimately, it doesn't matter what the tarot card says or what your tarot readings say, because either way, you're going to manifest the outcome that you truly believe in. Oh, you're so funny. I want both decisions. Well, what do you want, sweetheart? You know, that's what's important to think about. I'm going to find out what you need to know, like, right now. I mean, I can do future readings, but the future's not here. It's not here yet. It doesn't exist. See what I'm saying? So, Spirit, what does me need to know about W? Should me recontact W? Calling forth me's most strongest and trusted spirit guides. What does ME need to know about W? Should they recontact W? Spirit says yes. You should recontact W. The lotus of happiness is about to blossom and bring you wonderful events filled with positive emotions. There is potential for unexpected but timely support you require. This is the perfect time for you to start new and exciting undertakings. So let's see what Spirit says about how and when. Spirit, how and when should ME reach out to W? It's okay to let him go for a little bit, or let her go for a little bit, or let it go for a little bit. Whoever or whatever it is. I never know anymore. It could be an alien for all I know, since they've told us they're real. Spirit, what does ME need to know? How and when for ME and W? There will be an exciting development within the next 2 to 4 weeks. So now to 2 to 4 weeks, okay? Within this phase where we're going into the month of May. So there will be colossal changes in your life. It awakens your impeccable ability to find quick results with both careful coordinations and measured impulsiveness. Those who survive adapt, and no one knows this better than you. So, you know, adapt to the situation now, okay? You know, you've made it this far. Yes, Summoner's Enian. By the way, I just know the Father's Carbuncle. Oh gosh. So, I would definitely say, dear ME, if W is what you want, go for it. But put yourself first. Focus on what makes you feel good. It's ask, believe, receive. Not ask, believe, try real hard, overthink, drive yourself batshit crazy, receive, okay? Ask, believe, receive, and feel it. What does it feel like to reach out to W? And you guys reconnect, and it's awesome, and it feels good, and it feels right, and your friendship is, you know, back to where you'd like it to be, whatever you'd like it to be. I did. I heard it. I heard it through the grapevine. Did you just see the spirit box go off? Make a sound? Hello, Spirit. Welcome back to the haunted house. Are you here now? What was that, you ripping off your bandages? Are you a mummy tonight? Spirit, are you there? Is there any spirits, ghosts, aliens, entities that might be good-natured that want to chat with us tonight? We come in peace and respect so we can learn about you and remember you. You're right. I should have, but sometimes you can be really hard-headed. Yeah, you gotta be real careful this time, girl. You know, Prince had no shame walking around on a cane. I wonder, was Prince's cane made out of diamonds? I can't remember. Was that Prince? I guess this cane was like a... It looked like more like a microphone and had a diamond on top. That's what it looks like. Prince was amazing. I hate that he had to leave us. It did sound like Prince, right? And he would hang around me because my mom used to manage him when he was a kid, before he was somebody, when he was nobody. She worked for Warner Brother Records. And I also recorded with Prince's bass player in 2017. I flew out to LA to record some sessions with that bass player. Prince, are you here with me? Are you here now, Prince? She wore a raspberry beret, the kind you find in a secondhand store. I know a lot of Prince songs by heart, but that has to be probably one of my favorite ones. I love the beautiful people, the beautiful ones. That's what it's called. It's called The Beautiful Ones. That's right. Sometimes I get upset with my dad because he gets out of the car too fast. My dad's always like, hurry up and do it. Do whatever you're doing and hurry it up. He's like, hurry, 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 hurry. And it's just like, oh, Dad, it's like, just chill out. Yeah, and you just be really careful. Just take really good care of yourself. You Well, he can't be talking to you like that. You need to take it easy. So you don't have to get into the surgery thing again. How many times has your leg been reconstructed? You're right. My dad does not go into defeat. That man, Scorpio, November 16th. He is stubborn as hell. It's funny. Zenian and my dad have the same birthday. Sorry, Zenian. Giving away your secrets now. But I'm really not sure they're anything alike. That's what's so interesting about a Scorpio. A Scorpio is like a bag of different cats. Once you meet one, you're never going to meet one that's like the other one. No, you don't want to tell him fuck you ever again. pay for it. But you might like how you pay for it. Prince, do you have any messages for us from beyond the grave? If there's anything you could tell me about my music or what do you want me to do, Prince, with my music? Prince, what do you want to tell us about the afterlife? Prince, where are you? Prince, have you met God herself? I'm calling for Prince. Prince, are you there? I heard your voice. I know you miss him, honey. You'll see him again soon. Hey, CR, welcome back to the Chammy. Prince, will Molly become pregnant? Ugh. Spirit, can you see me? Or can you see the chat on the screen? Did it just say I can? Did that just say Paisley Park? What do you want to say about Paisley Park? Can you hear my voice, Spirit? Do the Spirit box. Spirit, are you happy? Spirit, are you happy? Are you a male spirit? Okay, are you a female spirit? Okay, are you a transgender spirit? Were you once alive? Hey, Kishar. Is Bob Saget there? Are you dead, Spirit? Are you dead, Spirit? Okay, so are you alive wherever you are? Did it say yes or death? once alive? Are you alive now? What are you trying to say, Spirit? Can you move objects? You're dead. Can you, I guess you can hear us when we speak? When I speak? Can you hear me when I speak? Did you say quirky? Spirit, are you able to feel emotion? Are you able to feel emotion, Spirit? Will it be beneficial for my career also if I go in a relationship with Nitesh? Did the spirit box just say no? Yes or no for Kashar's question, Spirit, about Nitesh. Calling forth Kashar's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. Yes or no, Spirit? That card was face down. Did you guys hear? Did you hear about... Do you hear about how anybody who's anti-Christian or is doing anything with anti-Christian stuff or being anti-Christian, they're trying to like set a new law or something like that that's gonna like impose on people who are like that, which is so stupid because they can't change the law, but they're going based on some letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote. Spirit, I'm asking Kashar's most strongest and trusted spirit guides. Oh, and something about women's financial freedom is in jeopardy or something like that. Like, where we may not be able to get credit, I guess, if we don't show our tits or something. I don't know. Spirit says yes, Kashar. Spirit does say yes, Kashar. See how it says yes? I love that word vehemently. I love the word vehemently and gargantuan. They're just amazing words. So Kashar, this is time for enjoying your achievements. Have you been enjoying your achievements? You've been celebrating them? It's time to enjoy your rewards, your achievements, and your prosperity. To be grateful for what you have right now, taking that vitamin G. G standing for gratefulness. The situation develops calmly and allows you to appreciate your happiness. So I feel like Spirit's saying, yeah, it would be a great idea for you to proceed with your question, which is a yes. But it's going to pan out. Like I think you're just going to have to wait for it to unfold naturally. It gently transforms the situation so that you're given an ideal frame of mind and necessary for any truth. I love that word too. Yes, the fascists. Oh, let me see if I can... I'm not sure this article is going to work for me to put in chat because not all my links always work, but I'm going to put the link in the chat so y'all can read the one thing I was just saying about anti-Christian bias law. So now they'll be able to just come and harass you if they think you're not a Christian or you're doing anti-Christian stuff, or it's sickening actually. I think about it. I don't really like to talk about politics, but this just made my flesh crawl today. Because I don't feel like getting burned at the stake again. Already had one family member burned at the stake, buried in Salem. And let me find the other one. This other link I found today, it was just appalling. Yeah, no, he'd be burning them at the stake. So I guess it wasn't until the 70s that women had the financial independence that they truly deserved. Oh my God, this is just... Which I thought maybe we had more of our financial independence by the 50s, but oops. I forgot about the 70s. Trump's executive order raises alarms over women's financial independence. This really bothers me. So I'll share this. You know, hopefully there'll be another president that comes in at some point and, I don't know, unfucks it. Part of my French YouTube. Yeah, or your own credit card without your father or husband's approval, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Very right. It's been a while.
Unless you have a story, you don't have a way to persuade people.
Hold on, there's a commercial. I agree, Fiona. I very much agree. So yeah, it goes on to say the protection of women's financial independence as well as others' potential civil rights violations. The executive order titled Restoring Equality of Opportunity and Meritocracy, did I say that right? And is intended to encourage, gosh, I need to know how to say this word or I'm going to go crazy. What am I talking about? I'm already crazy, but in a good way. How to say this word. And YouTube gives me a commercial first that I can't skip.
Meritocracy.
Meritocracy. Okay, we say it a little different in Greek, but almost kind of alike. Love me too, Spirit. blah, 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 blah. So what does it go on? So although the EO can, okay, so it calls for an evaluation of all pending proceedings under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, which was first passed in 1974 and amended in 76 to prevent lenders from discriminating against women based on marital status. The executive order titled Restoring Equality and Opportunity of Meritocracy. I probably said that wrong again. Why is it so hard for me to say? Blah, 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 and a colorblind society, not race or sex-based favoritism. Although the EO cannot change the law, that can only be done by an act of Congress. If independent federal agencies abide by the order, they will stall litigation protecting women from being discriminated against for credit, and they will roll back guidelines and regulations which were in place to protect people's rights. Why it matters. Prior to ECOA, women could be asked to have a male relative or spouse co-sign for their credit or loans. President Trump cannot single-handedly remove the ECOA, but this EO can make it harder for women to get federal help, advocating against gender discrimination, and can allow federally funded projects to discriminate based on gender. He's going to be lucky if he wakes up in the morning after I've read that. The executive order's main target is the principle of disparate impact liability, the idea that racism, sexism, or some other form of discrimination can occur without explicit intent. The Not My President believes that believes that the liability is key tool in a movement that endangers the U.S. foundational principle of creating opportunity, encouraging achievement, and sustaining the American dream. What fucking American dream? This is the American dream. YouTube. Doesn't he get that? Oh my God. Like, does he even know what's going on in the planet? Ugh. I can only take so much fucking stupid. Where's the break room for this world? Well, find me a fair right-wing bias, and I'll read it. Fairly. Although YouTube links, you're a moderator, so you should be able to. You should be able to put a link in the chat and it works. Hi Devin, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome back to the Chammy. So, Molly, old world witchcraft and Wicca are very, very different. Okay? The old world witchcraft, medicine woman, shamanism, things like that, this is something that has been going on for millennia. Whereas this whole Wiccan fluff bunny thing is new. And I'm not being rude about it, okay? I'm literally friends with Lord Cabot and have been since I was a kid. But what I'm saying is that I think that some people get it really kind of confused that, see, witchcraft is just a single-handed thing, all right, that anybody can do and has the power to do, okay? God is witchcraft. This world is witchcraft, okay? But Wicca is like a religion almost, like Christianity to me, okay? Or Buddhism, or Muslim, or... Yeah, I kind of just feel that way about Wiccans, okay? There's nothing wrong with Wiccans at all. Their religion is based solely off of many of the pagan beliefs and ancient beliefs, and that's fine. You know, that's great. Devin. Be a robot and stay a robot. Devin just working, getting back injuries with no health care. Yep. That's the American dream. Well, the energy would not only be electric, it would be eclectic. I believe in reincarnation too. And how do you tell a man that you feel like you have had a past life with him, and that you want to have another life with him in this life without freaking him out. It's very easy for me to tell people I'm already comfortable with that, but like, have you ever had that before where like you meet somebody new and you're like, you like see your future with them, but you've also already seen a past life? That's really scary. I hope and believe he'll come back as a woman, an ethnic woman. It's so funny. Oh my goodness. I like that joke. My neighbor is I love my neighbor. And he's so funny because the other night he asked me, he's like 70, and he's good friends with my dad. And he asked me, so tell me, he goes, what's one good thing Biden administration did for this country? I'm like, made the comedy better. He laughed. He goes, okay, could you tell me one thing that Mr. Not Your President did for the country that made it better? I said, made the comedy even better. He laughed so hard. He's like, you win that challenge. He gave me a bottle of wine. Oh, I'm so glad I can make him laugh. I think Spirit liked that one too. I'm pretty sure we get along pretty well. You're trying to see if you're pagan or Wiccan. You're just Devin. Just be yourself. Do you remember that guy that... You remember that Wiccan dude that TMZ exposed? His name was Christian. That guy used to literally troll me when I was a kid online because my grammar was terrible and I couldn't help it. I was just a kid, and he picked on me relentlessly. Man, he got it really good from TMZ though. And Lori Cabot fired him when she could, thank God. Because him running her stuff and her show was really bad. True, Fiona. Yeah, I can tell he really enjoys explaining it to you. I don't think anyone cares, Zenian. I think it's a big shit show, and we're just watching it laughing. Not laughing at you, just laughing with you. Yeah, I'm just creating zen. Just zenness. Oh, you got lost at the zoo? Rabbit hole, that's one. Japanese puppetry. They did a lot of puppetry on the Greek island of Cyprus. My dad said when he lived there that it was like a popular art. You know what really makes me sad is they canceled when Amazon canceled the new what's it called, the new Dark Crystal that they came out with all the puppets and everything. And I just feel like them canceling that was canceling a huge, like, a huge part of art that had been canceled a while ago that I felt like was, you know, going to come back and be all the rage. But nobody's really, is anybody doing anything cool with puppets now? Puppetry? Somebody find me some puppets. I love puppets. I think there is somebody on Instagram that makes puppets. But I mean like an actual puppet show or puppet movie or puppet something. No, I don't think you get views and get popular based on skill. A lot of people get views and get popular based on talking shit. To be quite honest, Simeon. To be quite honest. And what's sad is that it's not their talent or their skill. It's their thumbnails and their titles. YouTube kind of just sucks like that. It's like a bag of crazy cats. You never know what you're going to get. Puppets creep you out. That's alright. They creep me out too, but they're still so cool. And the history behind puppeteering and everything is awesome. Now, I do not like the Chuck E. Cheese puppets. Those animatronics, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real people who are actually, you know, doing the puppeteering like they did traditionally. Not with animatronics. And that's what was so cool about the Dark Crystal, is it was the traditional way of doing puppeteering. You know, people running around with puppets on their heads and arms, you know, creating the scenes. And yeah, you're very right, Zenny. I don't know that I've ever even owned a pair of Nikes. Like, don't they, like, use slave labor in Vietnam or something like that? Child slave labor? Or did they? At one time, and everyone had a crap about it. Yeah, Nike and child labor, how it went from... Wow. It's sad to think that in 2025 there's child labor like that. No, I think that you can have terrible content and your clickbait will work. I've seen terrible content out there and they've got thousands of views and thousands of subscribers and it's just terrible content. I don't even understand it myself. Will Kobe Bryant come through? I don't know. I've never really felt a connection with him, so I don't know. Is Kobe Bryant there? Yeah, a lot of people don't like clickbait. You're right. They hate it. In fact, sadly, I think people kind of still do it and get away with it. But isn't it like against YouTube policy? Can I ask if the person in my mind who I wish would kick rocks is intimidated by me? I feel they get bothered when I make others laugh. Oh, sure. Spirit, I'm calling for Devon's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What does she need to know about this person on her mind? Yes or no? No, Spirit says no. Not intimidated by you. But the hurricane of passion subsides. You see the true state of things. You open your heart to many unique opportunities. You crush the coal into sparkling diamonds. Are there better accomplishments than that? So maybe Spirit's saying you know, maybe it's not really like that. You found a diamond in a rough and it's just a little rough. No, I'm not looking at anything with toilet. Is that really a channel called that? Senian? They make you feel, I'm sorry, I don't understand you, Devin. I was the newbie who I feel makes them think I'm stealing their friends, stealing the light, and I believe if you have that thought, you probably were never funny to begin with, and I can't steal something you have. I think you should just stay away from them. Maybe you're the diamond in the rough, and they don't get it. You see what I'm saying? Like, just stay away from toxic people who make you want to punch holes in walls and scream into pillows. Hopefully you'll scream into pillows before you punch holes in the walls or people. Yeah, it might just not mix. It might be square peg round hole season for you with that person. I watched this one girl go on and on and on about making $350K in a matter of days just by buying a template she redesigned, and I was just like, this is the most boring video. All her videos are so fucking boring sometimes. Like, just stop bragging and show us the money. There's a lot of channels out there that I see put content out about how you can make, money from Etsy, money from eBay, this, that, whatever. And they are all saying the same things. Like, it's weird. Like, I watch all these people follow these trends. They talk about the same shit in a different way. It just gets so boring. Yeah, and then I wonder, like, how do they have all these subscribers and all they do is, like, talk about shit that doesn't matter? I mean, it matters to them, so I guess. But I see a lot of videos, how to make all this money, and then all they do is, they don't show you anything, they sell your product. And I'm just so fucking sick of that. Then you buy the product, and it's nothing but common sense that they copied from somewhere else. Does anybody notice that? Yeah, ask him if he'd like to come over for my Halloween birthday or come by in the fall for hanging out. Are you kidding me? There's a guy who gets up at 4 a.m. and rubs banana peels on his face. I thought I was the only one. My dad's like, you want to eat a banana? I'm like, or share a banana? I'm like, sure, Dad, let's share a banana, but save the peeling so I can rub them on my face. He's like, you're crazy. You're crazy. He has to roll his R in the crazy. Yeah, I all should come down to Atlanta. That's it. I'm giving that dude competition. I'm waking up at 4 a.m. every morning and I'm going to put banana peels on my face. He's got some competition now. Do something with Windex. Oh my God. I really just about peed myself when I saw that Windex shit on my big fat Greek wedding. I mean, that's my life. That's my family. That's my dad. I'll put on Windex. Oh yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, I should get to bed. Hi, Spirit. You want to talk? Maybe I should start a channel like that. Wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Show you my workout. I'll do this for 5 miles. Outside in the graveyard. Come back in. Not take a shower. Not get ready for the day. Stay in my pajamas. Couch rot. Put on my, did the spirit box just put on me? House? Put on my fancy prescription glasses. I'll just mimic everything he does, but in a poor way. He does it like every day. What a fucking weirdo, really? He's muscular and cut. Oh, shit. Alright, I'll have to work more on my Greek statue then. Is this fan base women? Yeah, probably. Women and gay men. And men who maybe find that interestingly hilarious to watch, who are not gay and not like him. I mean, I personally, as a woman, would watch that shit and laugh. It looks like he's really successful. Like, what does he do? Just pamper himself all day? God, it must be amazing to be rich and stupid. Oh, he has a wife? What? Check out the big brain on this dude. Dressing him like a mother? Like a mother with a child? Oh my God. Baby man. That's what that sounds like. Sounds like a baby man. I'll be right back. Did the spirit box just say he's gay? Spirit, you got personality tonight. So Spirit thinks that whoever this guy is that you're talking about sending in, I guess they think he's gay. But no, actually, Spirit, what you have to understand is that he's not gay. He's married. He's married, and he is obviously... Oh, I dropped my drink. He's married and obviously so incredibly rich that he doesn't even... You know, he doesn't even care. He doesn't even care, like, how stupid it sounds. Like, to me, it just sounds like a stupid channel. Like a waste of space. But that's just me. People might like that content, though. People might like that content where you get ready with you watch some stranger get ready in the morning. I mean, how satisfying is that when your life is boring and dull? And all you do is work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I bet you he's not married. I bet you that's his sister. And maybe he's hiding he's gay, and that's why Spirit said he's gay. Or it's his mom. Dressing him like a maid, or... Are you kidding me? What? He's not gay. Some people rent $1 million cars for photo shoots so they can act like they own it and then post it to their feeds. What, baby girl? Come here, precious. Come here. Come here. Come here. Kiss, kiss. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. What's going on? Uh-oh. Let's not trip over your food dish now. So excitable about, huh? Oh, I love you. I love you. Your tiny voice. What? What are you excitable about? Did the Spirit touch your butt? Did it try to give you a kiss? Do you want me to give you a kiss? What? You gotta go outside? Because we're not going outside. It's dark and spooky out there, and things can eat us. Like, baby, she's like, I don't care, I want to lick your nose. Are you sleepy, or did you just wake up? I think you just woke up, didn't you? You want a treat, right? You want a kiss? You want a cookie? Yeah. You want a drink? You want a crunchie? Okay, run away. I got them some new TREATs tonight. And she's just excited to have another one, that's all. Actually, she doesn't have doggy breath. Surprisingly, I have this adorable dog toothbrush. It's a little banana. Wish it was the phone. But surprisingly, their breaths. Surprisingly, the dogs don't have dragon breath, believe it or not. And it might be the fact that I do a combination of apples and then we brush the teeth. Like, they eat apples throughout the day, which can help you a lot with, like, cleaning out your teeth from previous foods you've eaten. As well as, but you know what I love is puppy breath. If I could mimic the smell of puppy breath and bottle it, I might just become richer than most. I love their warm breath when they yawn too. It's so cute. But I just love the smell of puppy breath. I miss the smell of puppy breath. Oh my god, it's so cute. The dude is online coach and fitness influencer. Wah, 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 wah. Those are the worst kind of people. Okay, let's go see if he's cute. He's probably not. You know, I'm ruthless. What I eat in a day. Okay, he's obsessed. So my nephew does this kind of stuff. Like, he's obsessed with working out and like having a perfect body and being athletic and all that kind of stuff. Oh, he's at the gun range? Well, that's the only cool video I've seen so far. That's the only videos I want to see from him or guns, to be honest. Let's see what he's got for guns. Guns! Only one? I'm done seeing him half naked and no guns. Yeah, I'm over it. Is he cute? He's got a nice body. But, as for cute, yeah, no, nothing happening down there. Or up here. Or anywhere. But is he ripped? Or does he have plastic surgery? I mean, you can still have, you know, plastic surgery and still work out and still... I'm not begrudging his success. I'm begrudging his face. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know I'm terrible. Your cat is probably cuter than you. And yes, Onion's a cat man. Yeah, he probably rides steroids. But he can build and build and build. He'll never have the body of a Greek statue because he's not Greek. And I don't know why I get this vibe from him. Like, there's just something about, like, I mean, I know he works out, but I feel like there's just something. I'm just wondering, like, how real are all those muscles? Hello, Samir. Welcome back to the haunted house. Do I live in the UK? No, but I am a citizen. I'll be right back, guys. Spirit box, I have a question to ask you, and I need your honest answer. Should I write that email I was just talking about and the REM pod went crazy? I was just talking to a friend of mine about an issue I'm having where I literally created a saying, okay, and that person turned around and trademarked it, and they're making money off of it, and like, it's just so effed up and strange to me that there's like nothing I can do about it. And I have proof, that it was my saying for many, many years. But it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, I would like, do I want acknowledgement? I don't know. But, I'm here starving and he's making money off of something I created. I'm not really sure how to feel about that. A movement I started, a catchphrase that I invented, that I created, and I'm just not really sure what to do about it, you guys. I'm gonna catch up on chat here. But I was just talking to a friend about it, and the REM pod went kind of crazy, and I was like, I'm not really looking for cash either. I would be really pleased if he would just put me on the trademark or allow me to use the trademark in any way that I see fit. I've already been doing it all my life. I don't know why people are always ripping me off. I don't know. I guess because I have nothing, so what am I going to do about it, Sue them? I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to afford a lawyer for my disability case and how I'm going to afford a lawyer so I can sue the guy who hit me head on and ran in a car accident. I don't know even where to start, So here's the thing, Devin. A trademark is like really expensive. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Am I going to pay my rent and eat this month, or am I going to chase some trademark? It feels pretty dirty, but it doesn't have to be. You see what I mean? And they're not a dirty person either. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel like, I feel very hurt by it, to be quite honest. Welcome to the channel. Yep, no, you're spelling it correctly. You're spelling it right. And the reason I call it the chammy is because I was like mostly deaf growing up, and I couldn't really hear a lot of the words people were saying, so I made it my own words. So like the channel changer, I thought when they said change the channel or give me the channel changer, instead of saying the TV remote, they said channel changer. So I thought they were saying chammy. So I called it the chammy changer. So I just stayed that way. Instead of channel, it's chammy in my dictionary. Hey Tiffany, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome back. I had so much fun reading the script tonight with you. It was wonderful. You did a great job. Well, what I think is interesting, Devin, is they're trying to find somebody right now who came up with some other catchphrase to give them acknowledgement and credit in regards to the specific word or saying they came out with, and are wondering if they should trademark it, but they can't find the person who made the saying, and it's a little bit strange. It's a little bit strange and uncomfortable. You know, nothing stopped him from trademarking my catchphrase. What the fuck does he care? You know what I mean? You know, I'm just a nobody with no name and nothing to show for anything, so. Which means nothing to anybody because I don't have muscles and money and fancy cars and just a haunted house and a creepy graveyard with a haunted car. Speaking of car, how's finding a car going, Tiffany? And I remembered what kind of car it was that I had a dream about you getting. You got one of those really cool vintage Mercedes Benzes they look like a square and they're black. Let me go get you a picture. Yeah, it looked like this. Here's the card. It's between an 80 and an 89 Mercedes Benz. That's what it was. This was the car, Tiffany, that I dreamed about you getting. I don't know why. I don't know why. Black Mercedes Benz between 1980 and 1989. Oh, thank you guys for saying that. That's very sweet. You guys are someone to me too. We'll just see. We'll just see. We'll just see what happens. We'll just have to see what happens because I've got a video that I posted here on YouTube channel using the same phrase in 2013. Okay, I have a letter that I wrote him signing because I sign all my letters with this phrase. Now I have to find the letter because I think the letter is on my mom's computer, which is not working very well. It might work, it might not work. I don't know. But there's other proof too. I mean, I also have a secret account that he had that followed me, okay? And many years ago, I thought that it might be him. So I wrote something about the phrase to him and said something to him about it. And hashtag, it was like the first time this phrase was ever hashtagged on Instagram. And I archived this post. And when you go back to the archive now, and I look at the archive, I've got a screenshot of it. It actually shows his Instagram now, and it proves that it was his account because I archived the post. And when I went back to it, it was no longer the old username. It was actually tagged as the new account that he uses for some work that he does on the side. I think that's very interesting what you're saying, Devin. That's very interesting what you're saying about him being a fraud. And what's so interesting about you saying that is not too long ago on his Instagram account, I actually saw some girl. I saw some girl. Is that correct English? I had seen some girl leave a comment saying, "When are you gonna give me credit for that song?" And then next thing I know, the comment was removed. And I was like, "That's weird." Yes, I'll send it through Facebook right now, honey. Yeah, I don't know why the links and the chat don't work. I think it depends on whether you're on mobile or you're on laptop or computer, desktop. So Metal Rain is writing the new Three's Company. We're having a lot of fun reading the scripts he's writing. And I'm just hoping and praying that we can turn it into like a real show on YouTube. Even if it's just like an anime, I think it would be fun. I think people would enjoy it. Even if they don't know what Three's Company is, it's still very good writing. I'm really enjoying it. But I'm a Three's Company fan, so I think people who have never heard of Three's Company would still enjoy it as well. Yeah, I would love to, like, I can already see, like, we could even piece scenes together even though we're not together in the same cities. Like, in the same city, we're in different cities. But we could also turn it into an anime as well. Like, we could turn it into, like, I don't know, like a Family Guy thing, only it's Three's Company. I had a crush on Janet. I thought they were all lovely to look at. Well, it's 2025 in Metal Rain's Three's Company. Well, 2024, it's the 21st century. But Janet's in it. But unfortunately, Jack has passed away because the real Jack died. But his son is there. His son is in the story, and I don't know who he had his son with, so I'm not sure I have that straight yet in the story. So I'll have to ask Metal Rain when I get a chance. John Ritter was your middle school crush. I always wanted them together too. I know, Suzanne Summers was gorgeous, wasn't she? I'll never understand why we have to die. It will never make sense to me. But I guess that's just how it is. But then when you learn that there's so much more than beyond the dying, and that every night when you go to bed, you're basically you're dead. I mean, and I think they're also science might be saying that, you know, a sleeping state is like the closest thing to death. I haven't gotten too much into it, but there was this video I watched the other night about going to sleep and it being like a form of, you know, a form of little death. And it explained, I fell asleep watching it. I know, right, creepy, but it made a lot of sense to me about our subconscious and like our spirits and our bodies, and sleep kind of teaching us that this is what really death is like. But I don't know. I mean, science says, you know, once the brain dies, the conscious goes too, but I'm not 100% sure of that. And as a death midwife, I haven't really gotten into the science of it all that's happening now in 2025 in regards to what they're studying regarding death and what they've learned regarding death, or if there's really anybody doing death lately. Hi. Do you want a drink? Is that what you said? But, oh, sorry about that. Let me just turn off my biological clock for a minute. God, it's so loud and annoying. 7-Eleven alarm. Yeah, the hearing is supposedly the last thing that goes before you die, which makes me feel really bad because all I did was cry when my mom died. So the last thing she heard was us crying, and I didn't know that, or I would have been like, get out of here. It was horrible, though. It was like absolutely horrible. It's so horrible to watch somebody you love die. And it's horrible to watch anybody die, really. Let alone anything. But I really truly believe that we reincarnate, and there may even be some stuff about that. I can't remember. I'm gonna look. I mean, so much in regards to death. I mean, the most that I've studied is like what happens to your body when you die. You know, how do they prep the body for burial? How do they prep the body for cremation? What happens in the casket after your body? You know, what happens to the body? How long does it take for it to whatever? You know, what happens during cremation? What happens to the body after cremation? You know, things like that. What do they do to prep the body for cremation? Things like that. But search for the science behind reincarnation on NPR.org. Says a child has memories of being a Hollywood extra in the 1930s. It is just an act of imagination or actual evidence of reincarnation. Jim Tucker, a psychologist at the University of Virginia, studies hundreds of cases like this and joins NPR's Rachel Martin to share his research on science behind reincarnation. And she just goes on like, and on, but I'll post some of this stuff on the part where you can post onto the community board. You know, he said, how old was the kid when he was making the claims? And the woman says he was as young as 2. But it faded away by the time he was 5, 6, or 7 years old, which is typical because you're everything and anything. You're everything you're going to be by the time you're the age of 7. At least that's what they say. Let's see. Tucker said, well, I think it's very difficult to just map these cases into materialistic understanding of reality. I mean, if the physical world is all there is, then I don't know how you accept these cases and believe in reincarnation. She goes, but I think there's good reason to think that consciousness can be considered a separate entity from physical reality. And in fact, some leading scientists in the past, like Max Planck, Planck, who's the father of quantum theory, said, interesting, okay, said that he viewed consciousness as fundamental and that matter was derived from it. So in that case, it would mean that consciousness would not necessarily be dependent on a physical brain in order to survive, and could continue after the physical brain and after the body dies. In these cases, it seems, at least on the face of it, that a consciousness has then become attached to a new brain and has shown up as past life memories. This may be a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So does that mean, does a consciousness need to inhabit a body? And the other person says, well, we don't know, of course, but in cases like James Lindinger, it was 50 years between lives. Now, who's to say he didn't inhabit another body in the meantime? But my guess would be no. Now, in this world, it may need to be a physical body in order to be expressed, but it may well be that our brains are conduits for conducts for consciousness, but it is actually being created somewhere else. Someone said, what would you constitute as an important scientific development in this field? And she says, I don't know that I'm necessarily trying to prove anything, but I'm trying to sort of find out for myself what seems to be going on here. She goes, I think these cases contribute to the body of evidence that consciousness, at least in certain circumstances, can survive the death of the body, that life after death isn't necessarily just a fantasy or something to be considered on faith, but it can also be approached in an analytical way, and the idea can be judged on its merits. She goes, I've certainly become more persuaded that there is more than just a physical reality. I do think it's quite likely that if we do survive, that there's not just one experience that everyone has, that the afterlife may be as varied as life in this world. And I find that very interesting because that is one thing that we have learned here at this channel, using the spirit box every night for the last 3 years. I mean, we've had spirits talking about a dance party, spirits talking about they're tired and they want to sleep for a little while and they'll be back later, spirits talking about eating, you know, spirits who are horny, you know, and she may just be very right that the afterlife may be just as varied, you know, in death as it is in life in this world. But this is basically an article about the cases of children who remember past lives. And I will have to say, I know that I sound crazy, but I feel like there are several figures in this. Hi, I think there's several figures in history that I could have very well been. I feel very strange about the fact, Fiona, that I literally have dreamt about the Winchester Mansion my whole life and didn't even realize that it was a real thing until the last decade. When I woke up one day and my mom was still alive, and I said, Mom, I had a weird dream. And I want to express it to you because I keep having this dream all my life. It doesn't make any sense to me, but today you were in this house with me, with our friend Alan, and she's like, you sound like you're talking about the Winchester Mansion. And I was like, you are telling me this place is real? And I was so fucking creeped out. And then, like, I watched the movie, and it felt weird, and I was like, is this what I did in a past life? But what's really strange is that if I was Madam Winchester in a past life, I have a feeling that my friend Alan may have been Winchester himself. Yeah, the transfer of consciousness. I was watching something about that the other night. Like, that's what I was saying about that video on YouTube that I'm going to post on the members board, on the community board, under posts on the channel. It was talking about essentially how our conscious transfers and that we can live forever. I want to reincarnate into an alligator. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I used to be terrified of him as a little girl because, like, growing up in Florida, man, you gotta be careful you don't get eaten. So it's like you peek out the front door to see if there's any out there, and then you don't see any on the porch, so it's safe to go out. But then you gotta look in the yard and make sure there's none, and then you gotta look under the car to make sure they're not taking a nap under your car. So you always, well, at least, I don't know about now, but when I was a kid in Florida, you always had to worry about getting eaten by something. Hey, Spirit, you want to tell us if you're living happily, consciously on the other side? Sometimes some of them will say they're happy. Oh, that's interesting about the morgue, Fiona. Yeah, I had a fucking breakdown and I wanted to see my mom. And the hospital wouldn't let me see my mom after she died. But I needed to get some pictures of her body so I could go to a forensic scientist and have him not only do some blood work but look at some of the pictures of her body. For legal purposes, because I had this gut feeling like my mom was murdered, and the apple didn't fall too far from the tree, and I had to get my lawyer on the phone to get those motherfuckers to let me in the morgue to take pictures of my mother's dead body. And it was a horrible experience. I mean, it was absolutely terrible. Of course, I wasn't able to, like, figure it all out until like a year later, but I finally got the truth. Unfortunately, I spent all this money on blood work that didn't matter at the end of the day, but at least I got my truth. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure that your father is very much still around you, Fiona, and I have no doubt that my mom is here now. I just don't feel like we have these deep soul ties with people and then we don't meet again on the other side, or we don't reincarnate together. I feel like we do reincarnate together. I feel like we choose each other every time as well. Like we probably all chose each other to, meet in this life and come back to each other at some point in time in our spirit world, or who knows, and that's why we've run into each other. I also felt very deeply that maybe I had a past life as Cleopatra, but that's also been my nickname since I was a little girl, as Cleopatra. So it could just stem from, that being my nickname since I was a kid. But it's just so weird because, like, my dad's Greek Cypriot, and, they thought that maybe she was possibly Greek Cypriot. And there's just a lot of synchronicities. I mean, I even, like, I don't know do any of you, like, remember being born? I remember being born, but I can't remember what I ate today. I also feel very much that, like, my father's father haunts us, but not in a bad way, like just watching over us, making sure we're okay. Sometimes I think I see my dad, but it's a ghost. It's my grandfather. It's his dad. So then there's been other times when it really is my dad. And I'm like, oh, it scared me. Because I thought it was my grandfather. They look just alike. Spirit, do you have anything to say to us before we close the spirit portal tonight? Sound like Walter Cronkite? I used to feel the same way, Devin and Tiffany. I definitely used to feel the same way. And there's something about living in this haunted house that has, like, made me comfortably numb to it. It's almost like it used to kind of freak me out, but now it makes me feel safer. I don't know why. Isn't that weird? Walter Cronkite, are you there? Got really quiet. Oh, yeah, I was terrified of the dark when I was a kid, and then to break my fear of being in the dark, my mom took me to a children's science museum that had this like weird dark tunnel thing, and the only way that you could get hi Mary, how are you today? The only way that you could get through this maze in the dark was to feel your way through it. You couldn't see a thing. It was terrifying. But it wasn't like parents were sending their kids into a dark maze with other adults. It was kids only. So it wasn't like you were going to run into a creepy creeper. You know what I mean? It was just kids only. And you had to be a certain height and you had to be a certain age. Now you have to sleep with the lights on. Oh, excuse me. Is what okay? Yeah, when you came by, Mary, something on the spirit box said hi.
Incoming call.
Well, Mary, put your question in the chat and I'll answer it when I can. I've got to answer this paid reading. Or paid group counseling session. I don't know yet. Hi, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm good. Is this Stormy?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Sorry, I memorized your code and then I called and I was like, I hope I get the right person. But, hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you tonight? Do you need someone to talk to, or you need a reading, or both? What's happening?
I need both. I'm like really going through a situation right now where me and this person that I recently, we recently like became exclusive. And this weekend he told me on Sunday that, he was spending time with his family, his mom, his dad and stuff. And I live like 40 minutes away from his family, and I totally expected him to be with them. But he called me the night before and said, hey, like, I want to do something with you tomorrow. So after I do the family stuff, I'll come to you. Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. Because, like my family lives away. Great. Yeah, he didn't come because he, Easter was on 4/20. So he took edibles, right? And he said that he, like, fell into a deep sleep, which is fine. But, like, I obviously felt some type of way because I waited for him. And then I went and hung out with my friends. And I expressed that to him the next day, and I was like, yeah, I waited for you for a majority of it, because he was, like, trying to act like everything was cool, and asked me, like, what I did for Easter and things like that, whatever, after he explained himself, the deep sleep. Anyways, this energy has been off this week. Like, he's been texting me here and there. I've been replying super delayed. He's replying super delayed, whatever. Today, I was like, I want to fix this energy. So then I call him, right? My dumb-ass phone, there's like this recording feature, and like when I put the phone to my cheek and like I was like putting it on my shoulder or whatever, it pressed that button, and then I was like, oh my god, and then I like hung up because I obviously didn't want to record it. But then when I was calling him back, he wouldn't answer, and like while we were on the phone, he was kind of like, oh, like I'm just like really stressed and I don't know and blah blah blah, and I sent him a text message. A really like strong text message, and it basically just told him that like, I called to make things right, not to complicate it. I miss you, your energy, your voice, the way you move. I didn't mean for any of this to feel heavy. I'm sorry, Dre. And then, I just like put a couple more things, and then and he hasn't responded. I sent that at 8:05. Like, what's up with him? Is he gonna respond? What's up?
Okay, let's find out what's up. So, is he a regular stoner, or does he use it for medicinal, or is it's just something he does for fun, or I'm just curious while I'm
So-
shuffling the cards.
Yeah, we used to be stoners. We actually stopped smoking weed, like around the same time without even knowing it. And then he, I guess, took edibles for 420. So this is something, yeah.
Okay, so he took the edibles, he fell asleep, and everything kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Oh God, maybe you both need to take edibles together and get it back.
No, literally.
Get it back together.
No,
Get on the right path.
literally.
Well, you know, there's a cannabis wheel, so you might want to take some time after we get off this call and look at the cannabis wheel, and see if there's anything. And yes, he's going to reach out to you, by the way. Maybe look at the cannabis wheel and see if there's something else that will suit you guys regarding the neurodiversities or the things that you go through in your life that you may need help with in regards to that kind of thing. But your card does say that the key of success is provided by a happy coincidence. This inevitably unfolds incidents in a favorable direction for you. This proves fantastically unpredictable for you, but improves your situation in a way where you never dreamed. So it's almost like, you know, you could never imagine that this would have happened over like a couple edibles. But you are going to work it out. And, you know, you may not be able to see how, when, or where, but it's definitely going to be something that happens, and Spirit wants you to be thinking about that, okay? But he is going to reach out to you. Do you want me to ask how he feels about you, or do you want to talk about, like, I don't think you should do anything that triggers you. I think that you should just let it breathe for right now. I'm going to see what Spirit says about that. But honestly, I mean, what is it that you want? You just want him to reach out?
Yeah.
You want him to never do edibles again? I mean...
What is he thinking? Like, I sent this text message, you know, because obviously he wouldn't answer my call.
Spirit, I'm calling forth her most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What is he thinking? What is her specific person thinking about her tonight? But I'm asking you, what is it that you want? Do you know what you want with this person?
I mean, I want this to, like, be, like, I want things to be back to, you know, normal. Like, we just started the relationship. We've been knowing each other for some time, but, like, dang, this is not, yeah.
So what is it that's not normal to you? Is it him just taking edibles and then starting to act like this, or?
No, not even that. Not even the edibles part. I guess it's just like, you know, I respect my time. I respect his time.
Yeah.
It just told me he was definitely going to come and see me. Like, you know, I'm just upset. I just wish that he would put in a lot more effort. And like get closer to me and want to.
Let me ask you this question. Have you told him what you want and asked him how he'd like to operate around that?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why we got into a relationship, because we both felt it.
But you have to keep doing that in a relationship. See, you can't just get in a relationship and then stop these kind of things. You have to keep telling them what you want, asking them how they want to operate around that. You know, you're not just gonna jump off a bridge because somebody says it, you know, because you're in love.
Right.
But you have to keep asking, where are we going with this? Where do you want to be in a month, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road? That way you know if the relationship that you're in is going to work out for you, you know? So you have the Lovers, you have the Emperor, showing that he does feel like he has a choice to make in love, and he wants to make the right choice, because the Emperor card showing that he does love you and want to take care of you, especially financially. He wants to help you out. There is a transformation. This is only going to be transformative in the Death card and the Chariot card to help you both move forward. There's also a rainbow on my Chariot card, entailing that there is some kind of promise here. Like, it's like Spirit's like, look, I promise things are going to work out. Things are going to move forward, you guys. Stop worrying about it. That's why I'm asking you, what do you want? What are you feeling right now? Because if you feel like it's going to, if you really embody and expect for it to not work out, it's not going to work out. The cards can talk to you till they're blue in the face. But what's important is, what are the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions that you take with regards to what you know? You know, are you going to get this reading and spend the money on it and kind of get this little mini grief counseling session from me, and then not be able to go to bed and toss and turn all night because you're not sure if you should trust Spirit? Because I am calling forth your most trusted and strongest spirit guides here. And what you have to understand is that the first card, where he's going to reach out and it's like telling you, yeah, things are going to kind of work out, but in like an unexpected way. and be excited about that. You know, it's really about what you're feeling and embodying, because literally the universal law teaches us that what you assume has no choice but to show up the way you assume it. So, okay, he ate edibles, he fell asleep, he's a man. Men and women, we make mistakes as adults too. And, but it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you guys are over. These cards aren't showing anything about you guys being over at all. It's literally showing he's got a choice to make of when he wants to communicate with you and reach out to you to move forward. And this is like an every day is a winding road kind of thing. You know, if you want to be in a relationship, you got to work at it every day. And you have to work on yourself every day too. Let's see how he's feeling about you, because if you it's like, okay, I'm in a relationship now, let's stop working at it, then it's gonna fall apart. And
let's see what he feels.
See what he feels, and make sure that when you're communicating with him, try not to use dry text. He's already your boyfriend thing, so try to use your voice so he hears your emotions. Okay, I hate dry text, man. Ugh, I hate comments, dry text, emails. I want to hear somebody's voice, you know. Spirit, what does she need to know about her person of interest feelings? How's he feeling about her and them right now? What does she need to know about that? Patience. He needs patience from you in this Temperance card. You know, he's new to this as well. It shows the Two of Cups with the Angel, letting you know that this love is definitely transformative. It is going to change your life and make it better. But you have to take baby steps, kind and gentle, okay? And patience is going to be a virtue. You right now in this Moon card, you're kind of feeling like, you know, what kind of challenges are going to arise? What kind of hurdles am I going to have to jump to get to the other side? But it's like, do you remember the movie The Never-Ending Story? Did you ever watch that?
Yeah.
So remember how he used his thoughts and feelings to recreate Fantasia?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's everybody has this gift. All right. So because you involuntarily manifest the way you involuntarily breathe, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions will guide you to what the outcome's going to be. If you don't know what to think and feel, then you're never going to know what to expect. But you literally, life is what you make it. In this Emperor card here, he's holding the world in his hands. That's Spirit letting you know that you literally have complete control of the situation. I mean, he doesn't write your love story for you. You write your love story with whoever or whatever you believe your beautiful creator to be, even if it's just the dirt outside.
Right.
So you have to ask yourself, you know, what do you want? What state of mind do you want to be?
Incoming call.
I definitely wanted to work out. The message that I sent him was, how much time do we have? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. It just got down to like 2 minutes, and then it called me again, and the timer reset.
Okay.
Now it says 12 minutes.
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
Does that make any sense to you?
Cool. Yeah, I just refreshed my thing too. That's
okay.
It seems like it's, but okay. So it's like a somewhat. I'll just read the text that I sent to him. Okay.
Okay.
I called to make things right, not to complicate it. I miss you, your energy, your voice, the way you move. I didn't mean for any of this to feel heavy. I'm sorry, Dre. You already know what we have is rare, deep, almost too good to put into words. A connection that feels like it's been here before this lifetime. I move with love, never with pressure. Just want you to know that I'm still tapped in, still all about you. I honor what we have, and I'll never disrespect that. You don't ever have to question how I move when it comes to you. I respect any decision you make on how you want to move forward. I'm ready to work with what feels right for you. Just know I'm all in. I hope you always know what it is with me. You're my twin, my baby, my ace, all of that. I love you, I miss you, and I hope I get to kiss you soon. That's what I sent him.
That's very sweet. And I'm 100% sure, 120% sure you're going to get a wonderful response when you do get a response. How long has it been?
I mean, I sent it at 8 p.m.
And when was the last time you talked to him?
At around 5:20, because like I hung up when the recording thing started, and then he didn't answer me after I like started to call him, and I was like, oh, maybe he's thinking I'm trying to.
really curious if there's something going on with this call center where people are. I'm gonna have to call dude to figure this out. I have a feeling that these people are calling and found some way to scam the system so they get their readings for free. I'm gonna have to get the calculator up just to make sure this is right. Better put the online button on. Okay, so see, this makes no sense. So if I charge $1.54, or if I charge $1.43 for readings, right? $1.43 per minute. Is that what it says? Doesn't make any sense. $1.26 times 12 is $15.12. It's less than $8 divided by 50%. I think what's happening here, this keeps happening to me with this server, is that I set a payment, I set a certain pay, okay, for a certain price per minute, and then she said, oh, I just refreshed my time. Well, what do you mean you refreshed your time? Because then it called me and it reset her time, and I'm literally missing cash from what I should have gotten paid. If I charge $1.54 times she bought 12 minutes, it's $18.54. If the call center gets 50% of my chunk of change, I should have $9.24, but I don't. I've only got $8.51, which doesn't make any sense. The service price is $1.26. It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna have to write Momer and say what the fuck is going on, because it doesn't make any sense. I've had this happen to me several times, where like I'll get these phone calls and people will call in and I'll get a phone call in the middle of them calling me, and then it'll reset their time, and then I'm missing a bunch of money. I'm sorry, but like, $1, what is it that I'm missing? Well, I have a calculator. I'm not that great at math either. So I'm literally missing $1.09 from the cash I should have just made. That's it, I quit. I'm kidding. I can't quit or I'll starve. Yeah, I'm gonna have to write the guy who does the tech behind this and say this is something I've noticed lately, that I'm getting shortchanged on my readings. I mean, unless they haven't told us something. Unless the company that I have my call center through is taking more than 50% now. But it literally says they only take 28 cents a minute. So It took $3.36. There's nothing's making sense. I'll just have to write when we're in the morning. Let's see. Oh, what are you talking about? I don't ever get ripped off. I'm probably literally getting ripped off from my tarot card prices everywhere I go. I really should not be charging $6 for readings or $10 for readings. But in a world of people who do this for a hobby, what can I say? And you're professionally certified to do something, and you studied hours and hours and hours and put years and years and years into it. You know, they don't really look at us like doctors. Many people don't even take tarot card readers or musicians seriously. But at least I made $8. That's all I made today. I'll give her 5 minutes. Let's see if she calls back. Yep. Well, yeah, I set my own prices here on YouTube. And I set my own prices on the call center. And I'll tell you what, it's strangely, it's way too slow. I don't even understand why it's so slow. Everybody that comes here has a great experience. Everyone who gets a reading from me enjoys it. Yeah, I mean, I used to do the, no, when you have your own call center, you can set your own price. But you're still paying, you know, you're still paying the, you're still paying the call center. You got to still pay for it. You know, that's why they take 50% of what I make. She did want me specifically. A lot of people do want me specifically. I do private readings. I never get asked to do a private reading. But of course, private readings are not one-on-one like this. If you get a private reading from me, you're just going to get me like this in a video, and I'm going to post it to YouTube privately and send you the link. Nothing's too special, you know. But nobody ever gets them. There's a lot of tarot card readers who will just tell you anything just for the likes, the subscriptions, and the money. I just can't do that, you know? Like, I just want to have fun and help people. Yeah, I'll do your Stormy. I'll do your Stormy question, Mary. Gosh, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Mary, I'll do your question, sweetheart. Thank you so much for your patience and waiting for me to answer. Spirit, what does she need to know about her boyfriend? Spirit, I'm calling forth Mary's most strongest and trusted spirit guides. What does she need to know about her boyfriend tonight? Is he going to reach out to her soon? Is Mary's boyfriend going to reach out to her soon? And what does she need to know about that right now? Sometimes my people who call me on the call center will tell me, I can't get a hold of you. It says you're not there, or that you don't exist, and that bothers me too. I have no control of all the technical stuff on the other side. I have to email a guy who's like in Dubai to ask what the fuck is going on. And that can get frustrating because we have different timelines, and I can't just talk to him by email, by phone. I have to call. I have to wait for him to email me for when he's ready to email me back. And it gets frustrating. And sometimes I wonder, like, how, yes, he will be reaching out soon, sweetheart. Sometimes I wonder, like, you know, are they blocking my number? And then, you know, are they keeping me from getting is the server keeping me from somehow getting a lot of customers at all? You know, is there something about this that's shady, that doesn't feel right? I'm to the point where it's like I'm ready to just build my own call center from the inside out and like hire my friends to come and have a job. Come and have a job. You can make $1 per minute or whatever you want to set it to. So, Mary, this is a time for enjoying achievements, rewards, and prosperity. The situation develops calmly and allows you to appreciate your happiness. It gently transforms the situation so that you're given an ideal frame of mind, a necessity for any truth. But what I'm understanding and thinking and wondering and all these things about the call center is, how can you make a living off of a call center that has, say, 1,000 people working on it, right? Maybe 50 are live at the same time, right? And you only get 5,000 hits a month on the website. So why hire thousands of people to work for you when there's not enough work? Do you see what I mean? So it's like 6 of one, half a dozen of another. I mean, I've been there for so long. I maybe get one perk from them for a year, and they make thousands. They've made thousands of dollars off me just for me paying to have the server, to have the service. Now I have gone. You're welcome, Mary. Thank you, sweetheart, for your like and your subscription. I appreciate you. I'll be thinking about you. Keep me updated. Let me know if he reaches out. I just said, let me know if he reaches out, and yes again. He will reach out. It's ask, believe, receive, not ask, believe, try real hard, drive yourself fucking crazy, receive. Okay. So talk to your creator as if it's your best friend, and ask the creator to put some movement into the action in regards to your situation, and you'll see things change around. Go to bed tonight just knowing that your sweetheart will message you in the morning, if not tonight. Yeah, so yeah, I totally been thinking about it, Tiffany. Like I have gone to psychic networks. I've gone to California Psychics. I've gone to Keen. I've gone to some other ones, and you know what they tell me? You are too much competition. I'm like, great. It's like going to Songwriters Night. You are too much competition. Fuck it, I give up. Fuck everything, I give up. Like, it's, it's alright. And I've asked them what they mean by too much competition. And they can't answer me. Other than maybe there's just something about my presence as a tarot card reader that maybe makes other people feel, maybe as a person that makes people feel, a little less inadequate, which is not how I'd want anyone to make anyone feel at all in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, but it can only get better. I don't see the crap. I see past the crap. And I hold on to what's beautiful, looking past the crap. Does that make sense? It's funny that you say that. My bass player came up with the funniest. He said the funniest thing to me. He's like, you sneak up on people. That's what you do. Maybe you're very right. You and Fred are right, Fiona. Well, actually, his name's Fernando, but he prefers to be called Fred. He's got the cutest little Portuguese wife I've ever seen. Her name is Louise. She plays like every instrument on the planet. I wish I could play every instrument on the planet. I'm gonna try to buy a chromatic harp, 21 chord chromatic harp, and try to learn how to play auto harp this year. It's like a dream of mine. I want an auto harp. You know the instrument that June Carter Cash played Wildwood Flower on? I don't know how far. I don't know how much you know about country music, but you can actually see. I think Sheryl Crow actually does the Wildwood Flower cover with the auto harp. What time is it? Wow, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. How much time do I have on this? Okay, I got about 17% left on the iPad. Maybe the ghost can give me some insight. Oh yeah, you grew up with country music? Cool, me too. Me too, and it's not the same at all. I hate to say this, but is country music dead? If it's not, someone please tell me it's not, but seriously, like, I think country music died for me the day that I heard that song by Carrie Underwood, the Black Cadillac song with all the mega synthesizers and I'm like, what is happening here? Like, I'm trying to drink a beer and listen to some country music, not fucking listen to a symphony. You know, if I want to listen to Mozart, I'll go listen to Mozart. That, I don't know, it's just country music has become very uncomfortable for me, and the fact that it doesn't sound like country music to me anymore. You know how rock and roll still sounds like rock and roll? You know how punk music still fucking sounds like punk music? Yeah. Pop music still sounds like pop music? Country music is dead. But you give me one chance, and I'll bring it back. My roots go so deep into country music that I'm surprised I am not doing country music right now. But everybody's dead who was famous in my family who was in country music. Yeah, but no. Taylor Swift is not country music anymore. She's not even from Nashville. In fact, her music scene isn't even Nashville. Those people don't care about her there. She only used country music as a way to get her foot in the door. Okay, that's how people feel. That's how real musicians at the end of the day feel. Real musicians kind of feel a little bit jaded about her because watching her go to Walmart and buy her own records with her family, hurt some egos. But that's what they do to stay at the top now. That's what people do. She was already rich, so all she had to do was buy her own shit, and boom. And then sell it to a bunch of horny teenagers, boom. And sadly, I really think it's still happening. I think that there are musicians out there and artists out there who are popular and rich. They're rich enough that they can turn around and just buy their number one place in the chart, or 2 or 3 or 5, or stay in the top 10. I think they're have generated so much money. There's something not right. There's just something not right about it. There's something not right about the music industry, and I don't really know if we're going to get to the bottom of it. But nobody who's country in Nashville considers Taylor Swift considers her country anymore. In fact, she might have ruined country music, sadly. Yeah. That's when it all started changing. Like, people were like, Taylor Swift is country music, not Shooter Jennings. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, Go look up Shooter Jennings. Wonder what he's doing with his music today. Yeah, Waylon Jennings is Shooter Jennings' father. I mean, that you can't get more country than that. Let's see. Does he even have any new music out, or did he just give up because country music sucks now? Shooter Jennings music 2025. New unreleased Waylon Jennings music coming in 2025 per his son's unreleased music. Oh, unheard Waylon Jennings music. Okay. So I guess he's going to release some of his dad's music. Let's go see what Margot Price is doing. What is... Now that's real country music. Margot Price. Margot Price, Blue Ox Festival. Okay, so she's going to be playing in June. Margot Price, Been to the Mountain. August 25th, 2022, she's got 200,000 views. But still, it's like not enough. But she's real country music. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of girls and a lot of guys who are real country music, and they're getting overlooked in the industry. But the great thing about the industry, though, is that you don't need the monster anymore. The monster is the music business. All you need is a fan base that cares about what music you're doing, and that's it. That's all you need. And you can, in Spotify and like your own distribution, and but I will tell you one thing: if you don't have family and friends to back you up, you might be sitting there for 30 years wondering what the fuck your problem is. So hearing these people's stories, to me, hearing some people's stories, it took me 10 years to make it. Okay, and what about all those people who are still trying to make it after 20, 30 years? What about them? I think that every day you live, you're trying to make it. It doesn't matter, if it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you're trying to make it. You're trying to make it to the next day. That is the quest daily. And you're trying to make it to a point where, like, you're actually happy. You're in a state of mind and adapted to the kind of life that you want to have, even if you don't have everything you want to have, At least you're zen. God, I love country music. Like, real country music. It's so beautiful and so romantic and so just amazing. Just like real rock and roll music. It's so beautiful and sweet and amazing. You grew up with Merle Haggard, Vince Gill, Johnny Cash, the Judds, Loretta Lynn. Yeah. And the shit that the Judds went through just to get where they were. I could tell you stories they don't talk about. I could tell you things that would make your skin crawl. But that's only because I have family in country music. My name is StormieBleuz Hayworth, okay? Haworth, not Hayworth. It's pronounced Haworth, Hawotrh. And my great uncle was best friends with Porter Wagner, who's the godfather of country music. And they were in the Porter Wagner trio together, and he played with Porter Wagner for years with his music. It wasn't until Porter met Dolly that things changed. And my uncle didn't want to settle down in Nashville, and he didn't want to be a part of the party scene going on. So he kind of just took a back seat to everything. Let Dolly do her thing, let Porter do her thing. It doesn't mean they didn't stay friends for the rest of their lives, but yes, Porter Wagner. So, and Speedy played with everyone. He played with Patsy Cline. He played with Loretta Lynn. He played with Johnny Cash. He played with June Carter Cash. You name him, Speedy Howarth was up there playing guitar for him, especially during the Ozark Jubilee shows. During the beginning of many of these people's career, they became famous because of Ozark Jubilee. My family's from the Ozarks, by the way, in Missouri. And I'm very proud of my American roots. Granted, granted that like I never got to like perform as an adult live for them because most of them were very, very old when I was born anyways. But I was very close to Speedy's daughter, Shirley Jean Howarth, and she told me so many wonderful stories about the golden years of country music. I really miss her a lot. And Garth Brooks is a very amazing songwriter. I know he used to have anger problems. Hey, Private Name, welcome back to the channel. Am I all right? Yeah, I'm all right tonight. Today was a wonderful day. Absolutely wonderful day. In fact, I think I forgot to tell you guys that my dad's biopsy was benign. Did I tell you guys that yet, or have I completely forgotten to tell you that? Yeah, my dad's all my dad's biopsy, everything negative on the test. The biopsy, he's benign. He doesn't have cancer. So I'm so fucking happy about that. Very, very fucking happy. That's why today is a good day. Oh, George Jones. Fuck yes, yes, yes. George Jones. Somebody said his name. I think one of his daughters or something like follows me somewhere. She's either here on YouTube or on Instagram, maybe both, but maybe it's his granddaughter. I don't know, there's so many of us little ones running around as adults now, and all our forefathers are gone. Johnny Cash, are you there? You got anything to say to us, man? I keep trying to get Jack to sing The Man in Black for me, but he won't do it. Will you please go punch him in the throat for me? Oh, thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Devin. I think I got to tell Tiffany earlier. I don't know if she saw the message, though, in the Facebook group chat when we were doing the readings, but... Oh, God, George Jones and Tammy. Oh, God bless him. God bless him. Yeah, I'm so glad to hear that he's and we went and got a chocolate frosty to celebrate. It was nice. I took that bandage off him today. His whole right side of his abdomen looks like someone punched him in the gut. He's got this big bruise on his belly. But he'll heal up from it. Oh, sweet dreams to you too, Private Name. It was good to see you for a few minutes. I am happy. I had a great day. My daddy's going to be okay. So now I don't have to spend spring and summer with chemo. With chemo progressing through daily psycho schedule of chemo, because like when you're on chemo, depending on what kind of chemo you have, you and your caregiver are constantly at the mercy of the chemotherapy. So I'm just so glad, that there's not, we can just proceed with like getting his new glasses and me taking him to the dentist, and who knows how much fun we'll have this summer. I can't wait. I'm excited about it. Sweet dreams, Private Name, when you get there. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. When I really want something, I just get into the idea that it's already mine. I feel it real. And I am just so impressed with it being that easy. Really, I am. I'm really impressed with it, with ask, believe, receive being so easy. But you gotta it's almost like you gotta take some time, even if it's just a few moments that you feel it real. And it can be quite unbecoming. Like it could be quite upsetting when, like, you know, you put all this faith into something you want, and then you have one fucking doubt. Pardon my French, YouTube, and it completely undoes hours of faith doing and faith believing. So that's why I always tell you guys, be good to yourself with your thoughts. Hey, Pammy Bear. Hey, Pushka Prakash 3929. Thank you. I appreciate your comment. How are you, Pam Bear? I have been waiting for you to come back so I can ask you, were you the one that told me that you went, like, to Vegas with your family or your sister or something one time, and, like, someone said something funny to you that made you laugh, and was it about your hair or something? I only asked that because Metal Rain just went to Vegas, and he was like, anybody got any funny Vegas stories? And I was like, I wonder, I can't remember, but maybe Pam Bear has a funny Vegas story. And I'll ask her when I see her. What spirit? What year is it? It's 2025. Oh, so Daddy's biopsy was benign today. All the cancer testing is negative. He does not have cancer. I'm just so grateful and thankful. And I was just telling Fiona and Devin and Tiffany that, like, here's what I do to manifest, you know, what I want, which is literally like, okay, I want him to be happy, healthier, and wealthier. So I just stay in that. I just know it to be true. Now, it can be more difficult for people to stay in the feeling believing that it's already theirs. So I'm going to post a couple things on the post, on the wall on my channel. I'm going to post a thing about sleep that we talked about earlier, and how sleep is a process of where it's just like a little death, you know? Yeah, your body's alive, but your consciousness, there's pretty much no difference between the sleeping and the where you go when you die kind of thing. I'm also going to post the manifesting thing too that Neville Goddard talks about, where, you know, seeing isn't always believing, but feeling is. It was you. Okay, yeah, patted your head like you were their pet. That's right. Sometime you have to come in and tell Metal Rain that story. I think it sounded like the spirit box just said Taylor. Like really dark and spooky. What about Taylor today, Spirit? Is she gonna give up music so that somebody else can do music too? When is it gonna stop? When? I'm sorry, I love Taylor Swift, don't get me wrong, but you know, I can love somebody and like them a lot, but that doesn't mean I have to like all their music. Yes, Spirit, I'm a bitch, you're right. Babe in total control of herself. You might be for all I know. Did the spirit box just say squirt? Okay, I don't think the girl's gonna call me back on the call center, so I'm just gonna withdraw my money because I have to pay rent. say jerk? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. It kind of sounded more like it said, like, I thought it said John. Is that your name, Spirit? Is your name John? Good night, Devin. Sweet dreams when you get there. Have a good day tomorrow. Well, it looks like I'm going to be going to bed here soon, too. I'm at 5%. What you yelling at, Spirit? All right, sweetheart. Welcome back. I'm at 5% on my iPad, so, and I've been here for about 3 hours. Probably going to bed soon. Esra Fruya? What's that? Well, I hope whatever's going on with your mom, that it gets better. It's gonna be alright. Let's see, I'm gonna look that up. Esra Fruya. Esra Fruya. Well, that looks interesting. Interesting. What do you like about it? Oh, Turkish. I'll have to check it out sometime. The Turks are all pissed off because I guess somebody internationally claimed that Greek island of Cyprus is Greek, not Turkish. Yeah, they're just gonna have to get over it and stop trying to take our land. Don't they have enough already? Now, what is pissing me off is that they're using the Greek island of Cyprus, not Turkey, but America, UK, Israel. They're using the northern side of the island to do war crimes, unfortunately, on the Greek island of Cyprus. So they can turn Gaza into dust, and it's really, 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 really pissing me off. And nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody cares. Literally giving a person has an international warrant out for their arrest, airspace, to commit crimes of war. There's a lot of Greek Cypriots protesting about it, but what can we do? I mean, there's less than 100,000, but there's less than 1 million of us left? Are there 900,000 or are there 90,000? I have to see how many Greek Cypriots. How many Greek Cypriot purebloods are still alive? 2025. Okay, we don't care about your DNA testing shit. We just want to know how the actual race is doing. Can't believe I can't find an answer on Google. I think the last time I was able to actually find an answer, there was 900,000 left. Well, that's interesting. This one person's like 100% Greek Cypriot mother results. I don't think I've seen any high Cypriot results on here, let alone pure 100% Cypriot. It even got the reasons our family is from correct. As if Cyprus wasn't small enough already, was the same pre-2021-22 updates, but... Did you hear the spirit box? It just said Cyprus. Yeah, Northern West Asian Cypriot. Like, yeah, that's what we are. I always thought it was so cute how, like, Cyprus kind of looks like a little America. Oh, yeah, Pam, I was just telling you that Daddy's biopsy was negative. The biopsy was benign, so no cancer. He's cancer-free. He's doing good. What if when you sneeze? Well, there's a Greek Cypriot superstition that when you sneeze, people are talking about you. So what you have to do is when you sneeze, you have to ask someone to give you a number. And then that number will tell you what the person's initials of are, or the first initial of their name. Or who might be talking about you, because you go by the number and then you add it to the letter and then you figure out. It is excellent, Pam. It's wonderful. I'm surprised that the spirit box just said Cyprus. I'm so impressed. So, yeah, this person had absolutely no other races at all in their ancestor DNA test. So my dad's is the same way with his Greek Cypriot DNA testing. I've never done 23andMe or living DNA. There's some pretty cool DNA testing genetic DNA testing that Molly's done. I'm going to have to ask her what some of that is. Some of it she did so she could go back 500 years to see where her family came from. Cyprus has been colonized so many times. I went to see the breakdown of potential Italian, Arab, Turkish genealogy. War. Yeah, I know, war. What's very strange to me about my DNA is that there's DNA that it said, what did it say? It was non-traceable. You always sneeze when you wake up? sneezing always feels so good to me. My dad had his bypass in 2006. He asked the doctor, you know, is it okay to sneeze? I feel like I have to sneeze, but I'm scared like my surgery is gonna, you know, break open. He's like, actually, it's very good for you to sneeze, but just make sure you got the pillow on your chest when you do sneeze. So he asked the doctor why we sneeze, and I guess supposedly the heart doctor, the cardiologist, says we sneeze because our heart itches. So the way that the heart itches itself, I mean, it's not only the reason we sneeze, there are other reasons we'll sneeze too, but something about the heart itching. Excuse me. I've never gotten an itchy heart or felt anything like that, and despite my dad having a heart attack, he's never felt that either. Well, my iPad is gonna die here soon. You can make yourself sneeze. Can we all make ourselves sneeze? I mean, but you probably don't have to go and snip pepper to make yourself sneeze. You could probably just sneeze. And 3. Have I gotten you all started on the sneezing number superstition? This is cute. I love it. So if you get a number that is above whatever number is in the alphabet for letters, you just take 4 and 2, 4, 5, 6. So you would bring the 4 to a 6. So you go look at whatever letters number 6 in the alphabet. Scares me when I'm alone. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming by tonight, hanging out with me so late, chatting. It's been great. I really appreciate you all. Please have a good night, rest, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you guys come by, I'll be back for happy hour. Hopefully my hair will be in better condition. Hopefully I'll be in better condition. I am wiped. I'm whooped and I'm tired. So please be good to yourself, your thoughts. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, if you want to chat on Facebook Messenger, we can. I'm just going to make a curry and have a wine and watch some. Thank you, Fiona, but it's really not. It's like yarn. It feels like yarn right now. It's so dry. I'm just going to make some curry, Tiffany, and watch some anime. And if you want to chat, we can. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna crash. Well, I'm not gonna crash. That's not a good thing. I take that back. I'm gonna go to sleep right after I try to find something to eat. Alright, I will. I'll have some wine for you. Message me if you want to chat. I'm here. For a little bit, at least. Alright, good night. Kalanikta. Sweet dreams when you all get there. A Penang curry. I really, really like Penang curry. Blessings to you too, sweet Pam Bear. And Fiona, it's gonna be all right, I promise. Get yourself a Penang curry. I promise it'll help. Penang curry is actually a Thai curry. It's like a. It's like a red curry, but it's like a creamy red curry. I really like it. It's my favorite. Indian curries are really good, but I really prefer Thai curries over Indian curries. I mean, butter chicken's okay, but I really like Penang curry. Here, I'll type it for you. Thai Penang curry. It's really, really good. It's got like green beans, red peppers, yellow peppers, green peppers, basil are the vegetables that they put in it. And then you can choose whatever protein you want, from tofu to chicken to beef to shrimp, whatever you like as protein. And then you can get a jasmine rice with it, or a brown rice, which is usually like a purple rice. Do I make it from scratch? Sometimes I make it from scratch, yeah. So, like, I made some the other day. So I'm just going to go warm it up on the stove. And have some curry. Oh my God, there's Nikki. And it can be quite frustrating trying to find the ingredients. So I'll keep the ingredients up there. But I have to be very careful because my roommate's allergic to black pepper with things I cook, and there isn't any black pepper in Penang curry, but at least I don't put it in mine. But I have to be careful what I make, and even if I order out something, I have to be careful what I order out because they have a black pepper allergy, and I don't want them to die because the black pepper. Isn't that ridiculous? Like, black pepper allergy. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but I would be really, really, really sad if I had a black pepper allergy. Because black pepper is actually pretty good for you, and it helps you sleep better too. And I just love black pepper on everything, really. I don't know why I'm like that, but I've had to use it less and less and less because how did you get here, black pepper? Your dad made curries? Nice. What kind? We'll have to talk. We used to talk about that when the iPad's not on its last leg. Hey, Vanshika, I'm actually getting ready to get offline. I'm surprised the iPad has. How do I spell? Oh, your dad was Indian. Cool. How do you spell what, sweetheart? Black pepper? You spelled it right. Or the curry? Thai Penang curry? Is that what you're... I also like tom kha soup. It's really good. Maybe it's spelled like this, tom kha soup. Yeah, Thai food is one of my favorites too. I definitely prefer Thai over Chinese food. Indian food's okay, but sometimes they go a little too much with the spices. So I'll prefer to make it here at home instead if I do make any Indian curries. Because sometimes they'll just go too overboard with spices at some of the restaurants. love Greek food. I like Italian food, but I really do love Greek food. There's not enough places that are authentic. You know, where you go in, you got a Greek family, they're making the Greek food, and everybody knows everybody. It's like starting to become a trend where, you know, it's like just anybody works there now at the Greek restaurant and that doesn't really understand the culture, let alone the food. You know, and I don't go to a Thai restaurant and see that. I don't go to a Chinese restaurant and see that. Oh, we go to Olive Garden and see it, but you know, you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it prevalent in like Thais and Chinese restaurants, and it was always very prevalent that the Greeks ran their own restaurants too. I always wanted to open a Greek restaurant, but I don't think Atlanta has the market for it because I think it already has 3. But Nashville doesn't have one, so maybe I'll go do a Greek food truck in Nashville. Probably not, though. All right, I'm going. I love Thai iced tea too. Oh my god, I'm going to bed. I love you guys. Please be good to your tummies and your thoughts. Good night, y'all. Be safe. And I'll see you tomorrow for the haunted slumber party if y'all want to come by. Kalanita, every time you get me hungry. I love that. I love getting people hungry. That's why I put blue, BLEU, instead of BLUE, because I don't know, I thought it was different, and I don't know, I like cordon bleu. It's yummy. It's not for everybody, but I like it. Alright, go get something to eat, honey. Good night, Pam. Good night, Fiona. Good night, Tiffany. Good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Sweet dreams when you get there.